it's not normal to have this much skincare.
When I was a teenager, I feel like everybody tried Proactive.
Serums are liquids, and if you were to apply a very thick, balmy product in the same order as a serum, it could actually block the penetration of other products that you would normally apply on top of that.
The current state of the world has allowed me to really realize that worrying about which foundation we're going to use, which skincare product we're going to buy, is a very first world problem.
Today we're diving into a topic that's probably as old as civilization itself, and that is skincare. And I know you may be thinking, skincare? Really? But trust me, because we're not gonna be talking about slapping on some moisturizer and calling it a day. We're going on a journey from ancient times to the present, and we'll see how social media as well as overconsumption have totally messed things up. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get into it. All right, let's start at the beginning. Skincare has been around for centuries. Ancient Egyptians, for example, were all about the skincare life. Cleopatra, who is the ultimate beauty queen, reportedly bathed in donkey milk to keep her skin smooth as well as soft. Now, if you ask me, that sounds kind of gross, but hey, whatever works, right? The Greeks and the Romans also had their own skincare routine. They used olive oil as a moisturizer and honey as a cleanser. Those natural ingredients were the OG skincare products, free from chemicals and full of sweet goodness. Fast forward to the Middle Ages and things got a bit interesting. People believed that taking many baths was bad for you. So skincare routines were more about covering up than cleansing, which once again sounds disgusting. White lead as well as vinegar were used to achieve that pale, ghostly complexion that you guys see in old photos. Talk about lead poisoning and bad ideas. During the Renaissance, things started looking healthier again. People came to their senses and realized that they need to be clean rather than cover up the funk. People finally began to value cleanliness, and skincare became more about maintaining healthy skin rather than just looking good. They used mixtures of herbs and flowers, pretty much cute, healthy, fancy stuff. Now let's jump to the 20th century. This is when skincare really started to spread its wings and take off. Brands like Pond's and Nivea became household names, and products were more accessible than ever.
Scientifically years ahead, Angel Skin by Pond's neutralizes the drying effects of detergents and soaps. Only Angel Skin penetrates the outer skin surface and actually heals chapping. For smooth white hands, use Angel Skin by Pond's.
Take it everywhere you go.
Nivea, a lifetime of caring.
A touch so smooth.
Keep in touch with Nivea.
But here's where things start to, of course, get complicated. Someone must have threw a grenade at the beauty industry because it exploded, and with it came a flood of products. Suddenly, there was a cream, lotion, or potion for every skin concern you could imagine. And let's be real, most of them made pretty big promises.
Hey guys, Justin Bieber here. There are some things that just come with being a teenager. Your feet grow like crazy, I can't stop that. Hormones kick in, I don't want to stop that. And then there's zits. I can't stop that. That's why I use Proactive, because there's no way I'm going to let a bunch of zits get in my way.
Want acne out of your life? Join Justin. Use Proactive and get control over those zits.
I held a mic up to my chin a lot, so I was starting to get acne on my chin, and Proactive definitely helped out a lot.
Proactive is an easy 3-step system that works for all ages, all skin types.
I used to think that Proactive was only for the hardcore cases. Guess what? It's also just right for kids like me. It's totally easy. It's like 1, 2, 3, done. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's pretty chill.
Stop worrying about your skin. Order Proactive now, and we'll send you our 3-step system for only $19.95. That's just $19.95 to keep those breakouts away.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been using Proactive Solution for years, since his New York dermatologist recommended it.
During the time when I had an album out, I was more in the public eye, so I definitely had to take care of this problem. I started to have pimples all on my face, you feel me? And so my dermatologist told me about Proactive. I didn't want no bumps on my face. I'm gonna be straight up. That's why I started to use Proactive.
Created by 2 leading dermatologists, Proactive Solution contains powerful medicines that work together as a system to deliver incredible skin-clearing results.
One of the things about Proactive is it moisturizes my situation, it preserves my sexy, and then I'm off to doing what I need to do.
For teens and us young adults, acne is probably the biggest skin concern. A good example is products like Proactive. These treatments promise clear skin, and who would not want that? These ads made it look super easy. Just a quick, cute little 3-step process and bam, you would have perfect skin, right? Well, here's the kicker. Many of these acne treatments, especially the ones with strong chemicals, can end up drying out your skin. And this can lead to even more breakouts. It's literally a vicious cycle. You try to fix one problem and you end up creating another or even more.
Let's talk about Proactive because it's really bad for your skin and I'm honestly surprised. Now, I tried out Proactive a long time ago and now that I'm looking at the ingredients, I really am regretting it. So basically, every single product has some sort of fragrance in it, which is awful. Fragrance is a complex mix of chemicals that can be severe skin irritants, or they can make your skin a lot more sensitized over a longer period of time, meaning that your skin is more susceptible to sun damage and all sorts of other types of irritation, which you really don't want because it serves no purpose. Another important thing to note is almost every single product has parabens, which I personally am not afraid of using parabens. I don't think they're bad for you, but if that's something you're against, then these are not the products for you. Another thing to note is some of the cleansers also have dye, which isn't really necessary at all either. And last but not least, the only product that does not have fragrance in it has hydrochloric acid, which is used to stabilize the pH, but I could not find any research on hydrochloric acid in skincare, and I've taken a bunch of chemistry classes and know it's not good for you, so not really a fan of this.
When I was a teenager, I feel like everybody tried Proactive. In most of their products, they have these frequent ingredients: polyethylene, which is plastic, sodium hydroxide, which can burn your skin, fragrance, and CAPV, which is a known allergen. And Proactive really has the nerve to get Kendall Jenner to tell you that this is gonna clear your skin. Save your money, don't listen to the commercials.
Yo, what happened to Proactive? Because I ain't seen a commercial in about 5-10 years.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to Proactive. So basically, Proactive got found out for using benzoyl peroxide in their products. Now, typically, benzoyl peroxide is great at treating acne. But when black people use any product that contains benzoyl peroxide, it causes dryness, irritation, and bleaching. So what was going on was black people started using Proactive and they started getting uneven skin tones and hyperpigmentation, which a lot of us fight against. So that's what happened to Proactive.
The Proactive, that did not work for my skin. My skin throughout eternity has always been super dry, but yet acne prone. And when I was a teenager and that first came out on the infomercials, my mom's like, this is a brilliant idea. We're going to sign up for a subscription for you. You might as well have put f***ing turpentine on your face. That cleanser was so abrasive. I don't know if it's still the same way today, but I used the Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion exfoliant like once a week, and that cleanser was no joke about the same texture as that. And you're supposed to use it like twice a day? Like, if we were to compare these products to toilet paper, the St. Ives apricot scrub looked like Charmin in comparison to the fucking Proactive scrub, which would be more akin to like White Cloud toilet paper from Wally World. Then you followed it up with a toner, which you might as well have just put vodka on your face. And then the moisturizer, which burned like an asshole full of hemorrhoids after eating Chipotle for a week. And my mom would be like, you're not using enough of it. You're not using it enough. Like, one kit of that was supposed to be a month's supply. Like, if I use this every day, twice a day for a month, I'm going to look like Freddy Krueger. Finally, I got to a dermatologist who prescribed Differengel and Retin-A for me. I stopped using that garbage. My ex-husband has struggled with acne on and off throughout the years, and he has very oily skin. And even when he used the Proactive, it dried his skin out and did nothing for the acne. And actually, the one thing that really did make a remarkable difference for his skin, for his acne, was just Noxzema.
And now we're in the age of the lovely social media. Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube. Everywhere you look, there's somebody with perfect skin flaunting the latest must-have product. It's like skincare FOMO, and it's very much real, especially for teens and young adults. Everywhere you look, influencers are constantly promoting new products, and it's really hard for most people not to get sucked in. But here's the thing. Many of these influencers have access to professional treatments as well as photo editing tools. So comparing your skin to theirs is totally unfair.
I spent 2,000 pounds on skincare and it ruined my skin. This picture is how it looks like before. It was so good and I was only using drugstore products. This picture is close to how it looks like now. This is before. As I said, it wasn't even that bad. Don't ask me why my eyebrows are yellow. I've pinned the video. But I heard of Obagi and I was like, I want to try to make my skin even better. So I spoke to one of those like skin prescription professionals or whatever, and this was the routine that they prescribed me. This was like 500 pounds. And I had seen so many women use alpha retinol and Zoe that I was like, okay, this is going to make my skin so good. So I used it for 8 weeks and my skin went from this to this, so it got worse. And everyone's always like, oh, your skin's meant to look worse before it gets better, especially with retinol. So I continued on for another few months, but it didn't get better. And then it gets worse. So I then did Halo and BBL laser, thinking it would just reset everything. And my skin looked good while it was healing. Like, it looks kind of good here. And this was maybe like 3 to 4 months ago. And it made me break out so bad. And all the bits that my laser was scabbing, hyperpigmented. This is how my skin looks like with makeup on. It doesn't look that bad here, but I was breaking out all over my chin like every single day and it sucked. At this point, it's almost embarrassing how every time I try to fix something, it makes things worse. So I stopped tretinoin, okay, because I was breaking out with those like cystic, painful spots that you can't spot. I was like, tretinoin is gonna fix it. So I got Dermatica 20-pound tretinoin prescription. And yes, I know everyone's like, you're meant to start slow, but I ended up using it every other day. And it just inflamed my skin like this on the right. I kept going because I thought it was retinol purge, but I think it just like irritated my skin. I went back to basically my drugstore skin routine, and this is what my skin looks like today and what it looked like before I started messing around. I'm hoping in 6 months it'll go back to this. Don't do what I did. If I were to do things again, I would have incorporated one product at a time and not gone straight from like drugstore straight to medical grade skincare, like 5 products a day. These were the products I was using when my skin was at its best. So all of them were non-prescription. All of them were drugstore except for Tatcha, which is luxury.
This is your go-to simple skincare routine. In the morning, you could cleanse, optional if you want to or not. Then you could follow with vitamin C, also optional if you want to or not. Then you can follow with moisturizer, also optional if you want to or not. And then you follow with sunscreen, which is the only mandatory part of your morning skincare routine. At night, you're gonna cleanse with a good cleanser that gets rid of your sunscreen and any other debris on your face. You're gonna use your retinoid. Retinoids are optional, but they are pretty much encouraged if you can use them. And last, you're gonna follow with moisturizer. And usually if you're using a retinoid, you are kind of dry and need a moisturizer. Like and comment. Follow for more insider dermatology tips.
I'm a dermatologist, and here's my real nightly routine. And contrary to what TikTok shows, we don't actually get ready in our scrubs. Wash. Dry. Retinoid. That's it. And in case you're wondering about my morning routine, here it is. Wash. That's it. No fancy serums, lotions, or potions. If I'm out in the sun, I'll wear sunscreen. If I'm extremely dry, I might put on a moisturizer, but for me, moisturizer breaks me out. Listen to your skin, less is more, and you don't need to buy into the industry.
Board certified dermatologist. Let's talk about skincare for teenagers while being extra blunt today. Use a cleanser to wash your face at the end of the day. You don't have to break the bank for cleansers. Save your parents' money. Havana Cream, La Roche-Posay, and CeraVe. Choose one. If you want to waste your parents' money, get a vitamin C serum. Vitamin C serums are good for hyperpigmentation, and you most likely don't have that. If you want to destroy your skin barrier, get an exfoliant, something that you leave on your skin. You do not need that when you're a teenager. Just stick to the basics. A cleanser, a moisturizer, and you need a sunscreen. Whatever sunscreen you like. If you want a facial moisturizer with SPF, I like Havana Cream's Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Want something for face and body that's water resistant? and you want to stay away from chemical UV filters. I don't like to demonize chemical UV filters, but a lot of parents like to have their kids using zinc or titanium dioxide. This one has mineral filters, and that's all you need. You don't need a hyaluronic acid serum. You don't need vitamin C, and you definitely don't need exfoliant. Don't get those brushes either. You don't want to break that skin barrier. Okay? Hope this helps. Peace.
Tips from a doctor. This is something that might be contributing to the breakdown of your skin barrier or moisture barrier, and you didn't even know it. Using too many exfoliants, and that includes physical exfoliants, chemical exfoliants, and devices. If you're experiencing flaky, dry skin, you may think that using an exfoliant is going to help remove those dead skin cells, but you're actually doing more damage because you're actually damaging the lipid layer of your skin, which is essential to retaining moisture. This is the time to just stop all exfoliants until your skin is healed.
Social media has led to a culture of overconsumption. There's always a new product to try, a new trend to follow, but slathering on too many products can obviously overwhelm your skin. Your face is not a science experiment, and I don't think you're a scientist. Layering multiple serums and creams and treatments can actually do more harm than good. Your skin needs a chance to breathe as well as repair itself naturally. Plus, let's not forget about the environment. All those empty bottles have to go somewhere, right? So think about that. And also, if you're constantly following trends and trying out different products, you aren't even giving your skin a chance to adapt. So that would be another thing to think about.
Because I'm bougie. Why? Because I'm bougie. It's like that.
Hi, I'm Ethan. I have too much. So basically, I've been seeing everyone on my For You page kind of like, using up other products that they got too much of. And I was like, I need to do this. As you can see, it's horrible in here. It's too much. So I put everything into categories. As you can see, this is hair. I don't even think everything that I have is actually in these clips. So this is body stuff. I was actually surprised I had the most body stuff for some reason. He needs so many moisturizers. And then it's skincare. And then, he needs the same face washes. And have another one in the bathroom. So then I put my Mr. Waters together. And then this is the miscellaneous stuff. Yep. Lots of lip balms. Crazy. And then I just made a list of everything. So I'm going to update at the end of every month of my empties.
The current state of the world has allowed me to really realize that worrying about which foundation we're going to use, which skincare product we're going to buy, is a very first world problem, a very Western world problem. There are literally people right now fighting to get food, water, not knowing if they're going to survive a next day. So worrying about what we're going to buy in this upcoming Black Friday sale just seems so trivial to me. And I know this is a time where a lot of brands and content creators, myself included, will push products on you guys in terms of brand deals. Even though you guys know I don't promote anything I don't strongly believe in. You will never see me promote a La Mer product. Let's just put that out there, for example. But it just seems like, I don't know. It seems so off right now. And I'm not saying that I will not do brand deals. It's just I don't want you guys to feel pressured at all to purchase anything, because let's just be real. These Black Friday sales from the last 4 or 5 years, they have not been Black Fridaying, because girl, a 10% discount, what is that? Now more than ever, we have to be so intentional with how we live our lives, because the mere fact that we get to live our lives is a privilege. I was doing my morning walk on Saturday and I saw a truck with soldiers. They had a tank, and I was like, damn, I need to go home. And in that moment, I thought to myself, what a privilege it is for me to know that I have somewhere else to go outside of the US. People right now are struggling in their own country and they don't even know, they don't have an option to go anywhere else, so worrying about skincare, I mean, it's important, and I love skincare, I love beauty, but it's just seemed like, bro, we have bigger fish to fry right now. So the upcoming holiday season, I may do brand deals here and there, but I don't want you guys to feel pressured anyway to purchase these things. And I know this may backfire on me, because brands may see this and be like, girl, how you gonna say that and we want to sell products? But you guys know that it's all transparency over here, and I really want to be real with you guys and try to be real with you guys as best as possible. Everyone is struggling in some shape or form. People are struggling to put food on a table. There's literally war going on. It's just crazy. It's crazy to just process everything, and we just have to be mindful about everything that we say, that we do, how we spend our money. And I don't know. It's just a lot. The beauty industry, the skincare industry drives overconsumption. I know that. You know that. So if you don't need it, you don't have to buy it. I'm Dr. Natasha Henry. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.
New year, new me, so we're doing a little bit of cleanup, and I just want to say it's not normal to have this much skincare. I have this much because it's mostly gifted. I want to say 80 to 90% is gifted, but that's because it's my second job to review skincare. When I first graduated and started making big girl money, I love to treat myself to these things. But overconsumption is so bad for my mental health and for my wallet. Not to mention for the environment too. If I weren't a content creator, I would probably have 10 skincare products tops. So in 2024, let's remind ourselves that stuff does not make us happy.
So I want to use this comment as an opportunity to really talk about something important. I recommend a lot of products, a lot. And I want to make it clear that the goal is not for you to buy every single product that I recommend. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. The goal is to watch my videos and be like, okay, you know what? I think I might try this one, or I think I might try this item, or I think I might go for this one, because I have taken the time to try out these things. And what I'm essentially doing is narrowing it down for you just a little bit more. I'm removing all the research, all the work, all the time it might take to actually find the product. And I'm saying, here's my suggestion. Here's what you should try. But that does not mean that you have to buy every single thing. The thing about skincare is you really have to recognize your own skin first. You have to recognize, what is my skin in need? And then you do the research of buying those items, because the truth be told, like, you can buy every single product that I recommend and your skin can end up looking like completely different, because we're two completely different human beings. And I don't want to lead anyone astray by telling them like all these things, but things that I recommend are things that work for me. And now I'm saying, hey, here you go. Here's my suggestion. Here, try this out. It might work for you too. But don't, like, overconsumption is definitely something that we're constantly dealing with and we're constantly battling. And I definitely want people to understand that, like, me as an influencer, as a content creator, sharing my suggestions does not mean you have to go throw all your money at those things.
I'm going to show you all my skincare routine. This is all of my skincare. I start off.
You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need half that stuff that she's got. Half that stuff that she's got is garbage. The other half is going to get canceled out. You don't need it. I stopped cleaning my house to tell you don't need it.
Now let's talk about marketing gimmicks. Skincare brands are masters at making us feel as if we need their products. They literally have some of y'all in a chokehold, using buzzwords like anti-aging, detoxifying, and pore tightening. They all sound great, but what do they really mean? Often it's just clever marketing in order for us to spend more money.
Listen, I used to work in K-beauty and I get a bunch of free beauty PR. So let me tell you my thoughts on Korean skincare and just skincare in general. 10-step skincare process was a thing to get you to buy more products. You don't need 10 steps. Like, you can if you want to, you have the money, but like you don't need it, you know? So a lot of people have said this, but what you see online isn't what it seems. Like, I'm using this lighting to make my skin look glowier. Do you see the difference with and without? Also, make sure to have people who show what their skin actually looks like in real lighting, because lighting can alter the way that your skin looks so that it can look more convincing for ads or like whatever they're trying to push online. All these advertisements are preying upon you to buy something based on your insecurities. So my thing is, like, deal with the core problem and then work beyond that, but you don't want a band-aid solution. You want to fix the actual issue. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Welcome to my series on exposing the skincare and beauty industry to let you know the things that these big companies don't want you to know about. My name's Nicole, I'm a cosmetic doctor, and I want to teach you guys about skincare so you can not waste your money and have the most beautiful, clear skin that you've ever dreamed of. Sometimes brands will sell us a range and make you think that this skincare routine is gonna make you have glowing skin, but I've got news for you, that is just not true. For example, this one from Nip and Fab is the glycolic acid range, okay? If you buy all of these things in this range and make it your skincare routine, you're gonna have the most dry and dustiest skin. I promise you, this whole thing is a marketing ploy. So I generally recommend avoiding buying from the same range when you're creating your skincare routine, because having everything glycolic acid is not what we want for a well-rounded and well-balanced skincare routine. Instead, find personalized ingredients that are good for your skin. Sometimes working with a skincare expert can really help with this, but if you don't want to do that, just don't buy all of the same thing. It's a marketing ploy. You don't need it.
I'm a board-certified dermatologist, and here are 3 skincare marketing terms that may not mean what you think they do. First up, let's talk about clean beauty. The term clean beauty sounds reassuring, right? But here's the catch. There is no official definition. It's not regulated, which means anyone can label their products as clean without following any rules. And I'm not even sure what rules are there for clean beauty. And while many clean beauty products can be great and wonderful, it's even more important to actually look beyond the label and understand the ingredients, formulation, and their benefits on skin. Next is medical grade skincare. This term might evoke a sense of trust and efficacy. However, it's just like clean beauty. Medical grade is not a regulated term. There's no FDA rule or specific industry standards that define what makes a product medical grade. Now, there are definitely brands that I love and trust that invest a lot of money in research and do clinical studies. Often these are available in professional offices like a dermatologist's office. And certainly these are products I recommend to my patients regularly, but it doesn't mean that you have to use them, nor does it mean you can't find affordable and effective products in drugstores. And for skincare, it's really understanding your skin, your concerns, and finding the right products for your routine and budget that you can use consistently. Lastly is natural. Again, here in the US, natural is not a regulated term in cosmetics. What does it mean to have natural skincare? And is it better? My question for you is, poison ivy is definitely very natural. Do we want to be rubbing poison ivy on our skin? And by the way, we are all made of chemicals, and there's chemical reactions happening on my skin, on your skin, as you're watching this video. So just because something is synthetic doesn't mean it's unsafe. And just because something is naturally derived, it doesn't mean it's better.
Some of the dumbest skincare gimmicks I see people falling for all the time. First up is waterless skincare. This one is completely irrelevant to the efficacy of your skincare and can actually make things worse. And a lot of times products that are deemed waterless have something known as hydrosols, which contain water. Finally, topical supplements. First of all, supplements are usually terrible for you or you don't need them and I would never recommend them. Also, they're not a real thing. Further, this brand's website is full of illegal drug claims and the evidence behind their new peptide is not sufficient enough to make any of the claims they actually are. Sunblock versus sunscreen is a debate I've seen a lot and there's no real difference and I just find this to be really inaccurate, and when brands promote this, it's kind of shady. The idea of solid serums are liquids, and if you were to apply a very thick, balmy product in the same order as a serum, it could actually block the penetration of other products that you would normally apply on top of that.
So you may be asking me, so dang, what's the solution? Well, the key is to keep it simple at a minimum. You don't need a 10-step routine to have good skin. Focus on the basics, a gentle cleanser, a good moisturizer, and sunscreen. Yes, sunscreen. Even if you're indoors, most of the time those UV rays can still get to you. You're better off putting sunscreen and leaving it that way than putting and layering 10 products in order to get your skin looking like glass or smooth or healthy. If it is not healthy inside, it will never be healthy outside. And what did I say about the inside? It is very important to listen to your skin. And most importantly, understand that what works for someone else may not work for you. Your skin is unique and it deserves to be treated with actual care. If something irritates your skin, stop using it. It's that simple. Just because your favorite influencer is using it, stop. What are you doing? It is important to understand that skincare isn't just about what you put on your face. So, with that being said, don't have big back meals every day. I'm calling you out. What you eat as well as how you live play a huge role in your skincare. Drinking water, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and managing stress can all impact your skin's health. No amount of expensive skincare products can replace these fundamental habits. Now, I didn't mention the gym, but feel free. It helps as well. Now, as I sit back and look ahead, there is hope that the skincare industry will shift towards a more sustainable and holistic practice. Consumers are becoming more educated and demanding transparency from brands. In my opinion, it is a step in the right direction. So there you have it. The history of skincare and how social media and overconsumption have made things a bit of a mess, or a lot of a mess. But remember, it's all about finding what works for you and not getting swept away and held in a chokehold by the latest trends. Your skin is with you for the rest of your life, so please treat it with care. If you found this video helpful, make sure that you like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.